What's poppin' T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I'm here with tonight's All Tea All Shade, The Shy, Season 3, Episode 9 review. So shit went down on tonight's episode, baby. Some shit went the fuck down. So we start off the episode with Keisha in the bed having nightmares about her captor and everything that happened to her. And she wakes up in a cold sweat having a panic attack, and that is the worst. So she immediately grabs her phone and goes to a video that helps her with her breathing exercises. But when she had her nightmare, she screamed and she woke Kevin up. So Kevin rushes in her room trying to be there for her, asking her if she okay, but she tells him to leave her room or whatever. She just want to be by herself. And you can tell he was mad that hurt his feelings, but she's just, internalizing everything and doesn't really want to talk about it because, it's fucking up her head. So Dre and Nina go for a walk at the shore with these group of women or whatever, and Nina says, she's just worried about Keisha. They left her at home by herself, and Dre reminds her that the therapist told them to give Keisha some space. She has to work through some things on her own. We just can't crowd around her all the time. So Emmett is at the restaurant staring at Lala Renaissance Booty. Her fake ass that Kim Kardashian told her to go buy. But anywho, so they're up at Sonny's cleaning up the place to get it open for the grand opening. Tiffany is there and his mom Jada are there also helping them clean up. And Tiffany catches him staring at Dominique's booty. So they talk about the restaurant's name and trying to figure out what they gonna call it. And Dominique says, well, how about we call it Dominique and Emmett? And he was like, that's a bad omen. Naming a restaurant after you is bad, a la Sonny's. So he was like, we're gonna have to figure out something else or whatever. Now, meanwhile, Jada is peeping the shit that's going on between Dominique and Emmett, and she just looking like this is a recipe for fucking disaster. My son ain't shit. So Ronnie at Papa's daddy's church, he's standing up there on the pulpit with Papa's daddy, and they're just congratulating him about saving Keisha and this and that. And then I noticed the dude in the audience when they put the camera on him, and he was sitting there with the screw face on. So the boy jump up and say, saving that girl don't mean shit, you still a murderer. And everybody was like, oh, Jesus, he cussing in church. So the boy leave out or whatever, mad or whatever. And Papa Daddy was like, I rebuke you, Satan, in the name of Jesus, da-da-da-da-da. So then Tracy gets up and thanks him for being there for her when she went through her hard times and gives him an envelope with a little bit of money. Then Duda and Rosalind stand up and say, we also have a donation for you. And they give him a $5,000 check. And Ronnie like, oh, shit. So Rosalind started giving a speech, and Duda steady trying to talk, but she's steady over talking him. Then Papa Daddy over talking him, and he is pissed because he's trying to get his little 5 minutes of shine because he's trying to be the mayor. So Emmett tells Tiffany that he couldn't have done, everything that he's doing with this restaurant without her, and that she's always been loyal to him. And she says that she's proud of him, and they kiss or whatever. And I'm just like, girl, I don't see it for their relationship, no way. So I can't wait for them to break up. I don't even really see it for him and Dominique, but Dominique, obviously is underneath his skin because she's not on his dick like that, and she matches him with being on some hoe shit. So Kevin follows Keisha as she's, walking through the neighborhood, going to the store. She don't want him following her, but he was like, you need somebody to creep with your ass. So she has another panic attack when she hears a loud noise, and so she's panicking. She's having flashbacks and everything, and Kevin sees it and notices it or whatever. So she confronts Kevin on saying that he wished she never come back. She was like, the walls are thin. Like, I heard everything you said, and that was fucked up. He was like, I ain't mean that. She was like, yes, you did. So she was like, you know what, I'm about to go in the store. So he was going to go into the store with her. She was like, I'm going to get past, like, I can go by myself. But we find out later in the episode that she was lying. She wasn't actually going there to get pads. So Duda gets on Rosalind for ad-libbing when they're talking to a group of people at the church or whatever. Like, he just feel like she doing too much, like she running for mayor. And he was feeling some type of way about it. So Papa Daddy backs Duda now in the mayoral campaign because of, him outing Camille for being, unscrupulous or whatever. So, and I'm like, but we all know Papa Daddy ain't shit neither. He on some kind shit as well. The only reason why he ain't backing Camille no more because the world now knows she's not shit. So, Papa Daddy then takes Doodah to the side and said, I was wondering if I could speak to Angela again. Our last meeting was very educational. I was like, who the fuck is Angela? Papa Daddy over here fucking prostitutes and shit. And he was like, and Doodah was like, yeah, she's a wonderful teacher. So I'm like, he over there fucking hoes. I was like, see, this is why I go to the Church of Keisha, Renee Irvin, and the Latter-day Saints, because I be damned. So Doodah, I'm sorry. So Papa then goes over to Ronnie and say, what you gonna do with all that money? He says he's going to Springfield. Remember, his friends moved to Springfield. He was like, it's a job out there for me, and I'm leaving the next day. So Papa Daddy reminds Ronnie to tithe some of that money he just got. And I'm looking like, yo, old crooked ass always trying to take somebody for their damn money. So Emmett tries to talk to Dominique about, you know, them sleeping together or whatever. She tells him that, you know, like, we fuck, it is what it is. I ain't sprung off the dick like that. I'm good with keeping secrets. It's nothing. So he was like, it's nothing. Like, I know you still think about it. Do you still think about it? She was like, obviously you do. So then he get mad because she keep on playing him to the left. And he was like, you know what? Ain't nobody gonna take me away from my girl. I love my girl. I ain't gonna ruin this for nobody. He in his fifis because she ain't all on his dick or whatever. So Jada catches them talking and just side eye the fuck out of Dominique like, I see you, bitch, and I see my son. So Doodah tells Rosalind to take her ass the fuck home because he's sick of her. And once again, I love Candy on this show. I really like what she's doing with her character. So, hold on, there's something on my phone. Anywho, so Tracy then offers to let Ronnie see his grandbaby before he leaves. And he, you know, he was really excited about that or whatever. So Ronnie then asks her to come with him to lay his granny's ashes out. And she says, yes, she'll go with him. And I was like, why does she keep on stopping him? I was like, at that point, I was like, I see what the writers are doing. They're continuing his time there and keep on having him do this, doing that, because something bad is going to happen to him. So, Trigg car, his Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon, gets broken into. And he was like, these damn crackheads. Jake was like, that wasn't no crackhead. That was Lil Joe or whoever. He run with 63rd. And so Trigg found out that they left dope in his car. So at that point, they knew that Doodah was trying to set him up to get locked up. So Jacob was like, I got an idea. So while Nina and Dre are with the group, the teacher or whatever tells them to lay down their burdens. And Nina says that her burdens is that she feels like she fears something else is going to happen to her kids and that she fears losing Dre, like her leaving her. And Dre says the idea that I can't save you is a burden to me because she realizes that she has a savior complex. So and I was like, well, there was the affirmation that something bad is going to happen to the kids right there with that one line. Great foreshadowing. So Jada asks Emmett, did he fuck Dominique? And at first he denied, and she looking like, nigga, I'm your mama, I know you. So then Emmett was like, you know, it didn't mean shit, it was just a slip up, I'm good now, like it's solid. And I'm like, you are not good because you're sprung off Dominique. He like her. So Jada tells him, Tiff ain't no dummy, so you better get your lie together. So then Tracy tells Ronnie he doesn't have to leave to start over, but he was like, nah, my time here is up, you know, it's time for me to move on, you know, I've had enough of Chicago. So he scatters his granny's ashes on, in the lake or whatever, says a really nice little prayer. So Keisha's at home taking a pregnancy test. We find out that she was having symptoms. She knew that her ass was pregnant. So I knew at that point, right then and there, the damn test was going to come back positive. I told y'all her storyline was going to be the aftermath and the after effects of being kidnapped. I told y'all that when y'all was thinking that her ass was going to die. So Nina and Dre returned home and would ask Kevin, you know, how's Keisha? What's she doing? And he was like, she all right, she fine, she in her room, I'm about to go. And Nina was like, where are you going? He was like, I'm going to help Emmett. And so he leaves and she was like, you know, I'm really tired of him telling me where the hell he about to go. And I was like, well, bitch, you shouldn't have let him leave. What the fuck? So then Keisha comes out with the pregnancy test and the look on Nina's face was like, you gotta be motherfucking kidding me. Like, goddamn, I can't take no motherfucking mo. So Keisha is pregnant by her kidnapper. Fuck. So Trigg and Jacob are parked in front of Doodah's house and he was like, look, if anything go left, get the fuck up out of there. You sure you want to do this? Like, this ain't no game shit. And Jacob was like, I got it. So Trigg leaves. Jacob goes in the house and tries to break into Doodah's safe, but he don't know the combination. So Rosalind catches him doing it. And she was like, how you going to try to open the safe and you don't even know the number? And so he looking like, what the fuck. So she gives him the password and walks off. And so he gets the items and then takes it back to Trig. And Trig was like, did anybody see you? And he was like, no. He lies and said no. I was like, why the fuck didn't you tell the truth? Which leads me to believe that in the season finale, something bad is going to end up happening to Jacob since he crossed Duda. Either he gonna die or he gonna get severely fucked up. And I think Rosalind gonna end up turning on him too, because he probably, what I think is gonna happen is Duda is gonna think that Rosalind was the one to take his files and give it to Camille and try to blame her, and then she's going to give up Jacob, and that's how Jacob is gonna get fucked up. So Keisha, wants an abortion ASAP, and her mama and Dre was like, we gonna get this taken care of. Ain't nobody gonna have to know, because I don't know if I could keep my baby after being conceived the way that it did. Like, that's a lot to be able to look at a child that you know came from rape. That's a lot. Could you keep your baby? Let me know. So Tracy tells Ronnie that Shantae said he could come see the baby the next day. She was like, we better make that work. He was like, I'm gonna make it work or whatever. And I was like, once again, he getting sidetracked. If he would just fucking leave, he wouldn't have got killed. AKA, that's what's gonna happen. So he thanks her for everything that she's done for him. So then Jacob gives Trig the file that he took out of Duda's safe. So Trig, I already said that part. So Emmett tells Kevin to give Keisha as much time as she needs to get herself together. Like, this just ain't gonna be no overnight shit. So Kevin tells him to keep the name of the restaurant simple, like you steady doing too much. So Emmett is at home and he's staring at Tiffany and their son sleeping on the floor, and decides to go to the pawn shop and get a ring to propose to her. And all he got is $500. So the lady was like, give me that $500 and your watch. I'm like, don't you think you need to get y'all off the floor before you propose? Like, the fuck? Like, priorities, my nigga. So the next day, Tiffany at the restaurant helping out. And she asked Dominique, where you going to put this box? And she was like, right there. Thanks, sis. I'm like, how the fuck you going to tell this girl thanks, sis? And you done fucked her man and want to fuck him again. Bitches ain't shit. I hope Tiffany do dog walk her ass when she find out the truth. So Emmett tells them to come outside and shows them the name, which is Smokey's. And they thought that he was naming it after the movie Friday and the character Smokey. He was like, no, Smokey Robinson. I was like, okay, I guess. So I was like, they're not going to show Sonny's reaction to him losing his restaurant to his protege. Like, they're just not going to address that. We're not going to see Sonny's reaction. How did he feel when the restaurant got taken from him and now it's Emmett's? Like, we need closure on that. Like, what's going on? So Shantae says that she's trying to get her baby into a gifted school, so Ronnie decides to give her the check that Duda gave her. And once again, that's just foreshadowing that his life is coming to an end. He did all of these little nice deeds before he died. So the girl was really happy or whatever. So Tracy then asked Ronnie to go grab something to eat. He was hesitant, like, I should fucking go. But he was like, you know what? I do love barbecue. All right, I'm going to go with you. Once again, foreshadowing. So Kevin is at home texting Gemma, but she was like, stop texting me. My daddy checked my phone. He ain't fucking with you. So then Keisha comes in his room and asks him to go running with her. And he was like, I don't like running. She was like, look, I promise I will slow down. And plus, I'm scared to run by myself. And I was just like, damn, that's a fucked up headspace to be in, that you just don't feel comfortable and safe nowhere. So he goes running with her, and of course she's out running him and he can't keep up or whatever. And then she ends up seeing a bus and it freaks her out and she has another panic attack and she sits on this curb and she's just breathing in and out. She's remembering the mantra, and then Kevin sits next to her and holds her. And I was like, damn, like, she gonna have to really go through a journey of getting her mind and her spirit back right. Like, that man did a number on her. So it's opening day for Smokey's. All the Emmett baby mamas and his kids is there. His mother is there, and his dad is there. And Emmett proposed. No, I'm sorry, Darnell wasn't there yet. Emmett then decides to propose to Tiffany in front of everybody. Dominique looking and feeling some type of way. The baby mamas feeling some type of way. Jada feeling some type of way. It was a mess, but of course Tiffany said yes. So Jada tells Tiffany that she should have a long engagement. Like, y'all ain't got to rush this shit at all, because she sees disaster ahead. So G Herbo is at the restaurant eating with his homeboys, and Emmett takes Lil Rel's character to the side. Was like, "Why did you tell these niggas that it was on the house? Like, we ain't damn near got no more food." He was like, "Nigga, he got such and such million followers. This gonna give you exposure." And so he goes over to G Herbo table to be like, "Hey, yo, I can't get y'all no more free food." But dude was like, "This gonna be my new favorite spot." So he was like, "Oh shit, well, what's up? Let's take a picture together." So Darnell comes to the restaurant and Jada tells him that Emmett proposed, and he was like, "I think the bitch cheating on him anyway." And she was like, "No, it's your son that's doing the cheating." And he was basically on some fuck shit. You know how Darnell ass is. So she get mad and leave like, "I don't even know why I talked to your ass." So Trig and Jacob then go to Camille's campaign quarters and gives her campaign manager's Duda's file with all of his shady dealings. And I was like, "Ooh, somebody gonna die." But I'm happy that Duda's gonna get his because his ass ain't shit. So Dominique congratulates Emmett on getting engaged. And he was like, looking like, "You don't feel no type of way?" Like it was bothering him that it wasn't bothering her that he proposed to Tiffany, even though low key it does bother her. She's just good at having a poker face. So then Darnell started flirting with her, and Emmett was pissed off because Dominique was playing back into it all googly eyed and shit. And I'm looking like, if she fucked the daddy and the damn son, bitch, I'm going to holler. So then Darnell and Jada are with Tiffany, and he looking at Tiffany ring, and he gonna say, "That's a small ass ring. It look like he got it from a pawn shop." And Tiffany got mad 'cause she was like, "This nigga really got my ring from the motherfucking pawn shop." And I was like, "Obviously, bitch, you sleeping on the floor." So Kevin asked Papa how can he get Jim a daddy to like him. So he was like, "I think I got an idea." So Nina catches Keisha on the internet looking at, the first weeks of pregnancy. She was like, "Are you changing your mind?" She was like, "No, I'm just looking up stuff." But it's obvious that she's starting to think, should she keep the baby? I think that she's going to end up keeping the baby in the season finale. I think she's going to change her mind and not go through with the abortion. So Ronnie and Tracy get to Smokies. And Kevin takes a picture for Gemma that says, "I miss you." And he posted it on Instagram, and she likes the pic and starts following him. So now they can DM each other because her father doesn't check her IG. So Ronnie and Tracy go outside and they eat their food, and then they finish eating. And as they're walking in the alleyway for him to leave, the boy from the church walks in behind him and shoots him in the head. And Tracy screams. He falls to the floor in a pool of his own blood, and the boy say, "That's for Coogee, motherfucker." So he was one of Coogee's friends. Coogee was the boy from season 1 with the long flowing hair that Ronnie accidentally killed when he thought that he was the one that killed Ronnie's son or whatever. So Ronnie is dead to the bed, and I feel like the writers killed Ronnie because even when you do all of these great deeds and try to change your life around, you reap what you sow, and your past will come back to haunt you. You never know when the dirty deeds of your past are going to catch up to you. It always does. It always does. And unfortunately for him, it caught up to him. But at least he was able to do all these amazing things before he passed away. But there was really nothing more for his character to do outside of move away or die. So yeah, like I said, I think that Keisha's going to want to keep her baby. I think something really bad is going to happen to Jacob in the last episode. I think Tiffany going to end up finding out the truth about Emmett cheating on her, and it's going to be a big ass melee. Yeah, so that's what I think so far of tonight's episode. I give tonight's episode overall, because of the Sunny situation and them not addressing it, I'll give it an A minus. Let's talk down below in the comment section. Let me know what you guys thought about tonight's episode. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.